Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 13 Thanksgiving Day football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the Dallas Cowboys, starting with tight end Jake Ferguson with a concussion and guard Zach Martin with an ankle and shoulder injury, both out for the game. Then moving on to defensive end Marshawn Nealon with a knee injury, he is doubtful for this game. Then moving on to cornerback Trevon Diggs with a groin and knee injury, linebacker Eric Kendricks with a groin and shoulder injury, and Nick Vigil with a foot injury, all questionable for the game. Then moving on to cornerback Deron Land with a foot injury, cornerback Kalen Carson with a shoulder injury, wide receiver Brandon Cooks with a knee injury, guard Chuma Egogba, I don't know if that's how you say it, but he has a toe injury, tackle Tyler Guyton with a shoulder injury, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb with a back and foot injury, cornerback Jordan Lewis with a neck injury, fullback Hunter Lupek, I don't know if that's how you say it, but okay. Then we move on to offensive lineman Asim Richards with an ankle injury, Cooper Rush with a knee injury, and offensive lineman Tyler Smith with an ankle and knee injury. Now, all those players from Bland all the way to Smith will be indeed playing in this game, while I believe that both Marshawn Leland and Nick Vigil will not be playing. Trevon Diggs and Eric Kendricks will be a most likely late arrivals at the game. At least they're going to play. They're going to play like in the final hour. They're going to be decided. Like they're going to be scratches for this game. But in the end, I in fact believe that those two will play. This is a heavily defensive loss in the injury report for the Dallas Cowboys. So honestly, their defense has not been that good this year. So this is going to make it a lot worse against a team that is not that good either. Now, moving on to the offense of the Dallas Cowboys, starting with quarterback Cooper Rush, running back Rico Dowell, fullback Hunter Lupek, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jalen Tolbert, tight end Luke Schoonmaker, left tackle Tyler Guyton, left guard Tyler Smith, center Cooper Bebe. Then we move on to right guard TJ Bass and Terrence Steele at right tackle. Now, when it comes down to the offense of the Cowboys, I honestly think that this is going to be an interesting game because we're seeing two terrible teams in the NFC East, and they're just battling for that dead last spot, basically, third place. Basically, the Giants are most likely the leading candidates to win that game due to the Cowboys' performances. I know they just beat the Commanders, but offensively, that offensive line and that defensive line of the Giants might be an issue for Cooper Rush. While I trust in the run game of Rico Dowell and the passing game of CeeDee Lamb, honestly, most of that offense I don't trust the same way I do with Dowell, and especially I do with Lamb, because Lamb is the number one player on that offense that honestly might get one or two touchdowns in this game. Now moving on to the defense of the Dallas Cowboys, starting with defensive linemen Chauncey Golston, Micah Parsons, Mozzie Smith, and Oza Odigizua. I don't know if that's how you say it, but then we move on to weak side linebacker Nick Vigil, but if he cannot go, Damian Clark will take over. Strong side linebacker will be DeMarvion Overshone. Eric Kendricks will be the inside linebacker, but if he cannot go, Buddy Johnson will take over. Cornerbacks will be Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs. If Diggs cannot go, Josh Butler will take over. With nickelback Jordan Lewis right there in the slot position. Then we get on to free safety Malik Hooker and strong safety Donovan Wilson. Now, I believe that this defense could do a lot for this. Honestly, this defense could do a lot against the Giants offense, especially since they're going with Drew Lock at quarterback. So I'm thinking Chauncey Golston and Micah Parsons have to pressure the quarterback from the edges while the defensive tackles start bull rushing those linemen right into the quarterback. Then you get the linebacking core, which needs to worry about the running back. Tyron Tracy has been pretty good for the New York Giants, so you got to watch out for him. Then you get the safeties and the secondary, the corners. You guys got to watch out for some guys that, like Malik Nabers, for example. These guys have been honestly either decent, and in Malik's actually situation, he has been outstanding for the New York Giants. So I expect a lot from the Dallas defense to at least keep them from scoring too many points. In the end, the Giants are going to score a lot of points in this game, just as much as the Dallas Cowboys. And it's mostly due to the defenses just not being the defenses that they should be, and it's proven through the fact that they've been two of the worst teams in the NFL this season. Now, moving on to the New York Giants injury report, we got offensive lineman Jermaine Illuminor, who will not be playing in this game, along with defensive lineman Armon Watts, both out for the game with a quad injury for Jermaine, and Armon having a shoulder injury. Then we get defensive back Tay Banks with a rib injury, and quarterback Tommy DeVito with an forearm injury, both questionable for the game. Then we get defensive lineman DJ Davidson with a shoulder injury, tight end Theo Johnson with a back injury, defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence with a knee injury, linebacker Micah McFadden with a thumb and heel injury, then defensive back Tyler Nubin with a back injury, offensive lineman Evan Neal with a hip injury, and linebacker Azio Zulari with a toe injury. Now, when it comes down to the injury report of the New York Giants, I honestly believe that technically, DeVito won't be playing, but he will definitely be in the game, ready to play, just in case the quarterback that is going to start, which is Drew Lock, is either going down with injury or just not performing. So, other than that, I think Tay Banks will also be playing, so no issues there. In the end, I think that this is going to be an issue for the Giants because honestly, you got one of your top offensive linemen out with injury. You got one of your honestly relatively unknown defensive linemen also injured and out for this game. And then you got one of your best young cornerbacks as well, also potentially out for this game. And obviously, quarterback situation, they released Daniel Jones. Like, I think this week they did that, or I don't know really when, but it was before this game that they did that. In the end, I'm going to say this. The New York Giants, their issues are mostly on the defense, just like the Dallas Cowboys. I think both offenses will do good enough, but honestly, the defenses, they're just not going to be there at all. Now, moving on to the offense of the New York Giants, we got quarterback Drew Lock, running back Tyron Tracy Jr., wide receiver Malik Nabers, Wandale Robinson, and Darius Slayton. Theo Johnson will be the tight end. Left tackle Chris Hubbard will be coming in for Jermaine Illuminor. Then we get left guard John Runyon. Then we get center John Michael Schmidt Jr. Then right guard Greg Van Roten and right tackle Evan Neal. Now, when it comes to the New York Giants, their offensive line is not the best. I think that Chris Hubbard's going to have a little bit of an issue on the left side, on the blind side of Drew Lock. So that's going to be an issue for him. Other than that, they're going to be seeing a lot of pressure coming from that side with most likely Micah Parsons, unless they want to go on the right side, which is not the best strategy for the Dallas Cowboys. I would expect to put the best pass rusher for the Dallas Cowboys over at the side where Chris Hubbard will be. In the end, when it comes to the tight end and receiving core, honestly, it'll be relatively decent. Malik Nabers, probably the best receiver they have. And then we get Tyron Tracy in the backfield. Like, as long as they can get the holes open, the offensive line for Tracy, this could be the same kind of game that the Giants played against Seattle where they won or something like that. in the end, I think that this game will come out into a win for the New York Giants as long as this team can actually move the ball on offense. Now, moving on to the defense of the New York Giants, starting with defensive ends Raheem Nunez Roches and Elijah Chapman. Nose tackle will be Dexter Lawrence II. Weak side linebacker Brian Burns. Strong side linebacker Kayvon Thibodeau. Inside linebacker Bobby O'Rourke. I don't know if that's how you say it, but the other one would be Micah McFadden. Cordell Flott will be the cornerback along with Deontay Banks, but if Banks cannot go, Adoree Jackson will take over. Drew Phillips will serve as the nickelback. Free safety will be Jason Pinnock, and the rookie Tyler Nubin, who will be serving as the strong safety. Now, when it comes to the New York Giants defense, honestly, it's not going to be good for them. Even if Banks plays, I think that it's going to be a show for the speed, just the speed of CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert. Maybe a few plays for Devontae Turpin. In the end, I think it's going to be an issue for the New York Giants on defense. But as long as they keep the pressure on the quarterback with your defensive linemen and your pass rushers, that is going to be what actually clinches you the game. Because in the end, that secondary is not going to give you any favors at all throughout the day. Now, in conclusion, I have this game ending in a 24-23 win for the New York Giants. I, in fact, believe that the New York Giants will come out with the victory on a game-winning touchdown. They'll be down in this game, but as time expires, touchdown, Giants win 24-23. No extra point is needed, as obviously the time would have run out. And I think that, yes, this touchdown will lead the New York Giants to victory, and the Giants will be celebrating a win over a very, very big rival in the Dallas Cowboys. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.